Hello and welcome to the Ireland Rugby Social. We're close to home, not for you, for me. We're in Belfast, the Ravenhill Suite, formerly the home of the Ulster Rugby Show, which is it's a good programme. You run it. Our guest, Rob Herring, Ulster legend, 258 caps, another teammate of yours. Rob, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
23 minutes late, fresh from training. Who takes the
Yeah,
blame for that?
I was wondering, are we going to include that? You were 20.
Well,
23
yeah,
minutes
like I said, some of us still have to work.
Yeah. Couldn't get the boots off quick.
And you said why you're still playing rugby. which I thought
Old
was
age,
backwards.
Just untying the boots is a bit of a challenge these days, isn't it? From what I heard.
Yeah, you got to get the recovery and sauna and ice, you know.
Were you in the? Were you actually? No, you weren't. You better not have been. Put us waiting here.
And you brought a snack with you. Connor,
Yeah,
tell us about the
especially
snacks.
for Connor.
Yeah. Well,
Explain that.
I noticed this from being in camp with Rob for many years and constantly just by this, like at the snack table grazing. Like I don't know whether it was because the food was free and he was just trying to stock up, and then you wouldn't have to spend that much money when he goes home, which is another theory about Rob. But
Oh, lies.
something I noticed early days was like that man always has
Yeah.
something in his hand.
Do you know why you
And
noticed?
it wasn't always an apple either.
Do you know why I noticed? Because he was constantly there too. So he was caught like he would call me out for snacking with a snack in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then
Like
like
toasted
boys started
sandwiches.
catching on to him. So then he started pushing this whole snacky thing.
Deflection is
Yeah.
the best way to get
Yeah.
away with it.
Is this a backs forwards thing or?
It's just
It's free. I don't know. I love a toasted
Did you see
sandwich
that?
in the
He was
evening.
about to say
Free
free
food.
food.
Free stuff. That's the biggest thing you've missed.
That's what I
since
miss
you
about camp. It's just the quality and having to cook at home yourself is tough. But yeah, that was Rob, the grazer.
So you still get the enthusiasm for it. You're still wheeling away here with Ulster. What about Ireland? We will get back to it in detail. What about Ireland at this point?
Yeah, it's probably a bit of an open conversation at the moment between the Irish coaching staff and myself. I think it's obviously, I'm getting on in years, and like Dan and Ro have been brilliant. And I think maybe there's a bit of look into the future and stuff like that. So look, I'm still playing. I'm still contracted with Ulster, and never say never. I might be back there, but at the moment, I've got the three boys, and they're playing well.
I suppose the weird thing as well is with South Africa in town this week, it could have been a very different journey for you, very different path. Why Ireland? Why Ulster? How did it all come about? Because you did grow up down in Cape Town.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've told the story before. It's pretty random. Like, so after school, I went to London Irish for 2 years. I was in the academy there, just by chance.
But how come you leave South Africa to go to London Irish?
Because I didn't play any provincial age grade stuff.
You weren't selected.
No, because I mean, like there's
bloomer.
how many schools in the Western Cape alone, and it's not always about like who's playing well. It's sometimes it's just selection goes, and they generally look to the bigger rugby schools.
Really, like political.
Predominantly, the Afrikaans rugby schools would be considered the bigger. It's changed a little bit now. I think my school, my old school, and sort of the schools in the southern suburbs are getting more representative in the younger age grade stuff. But back then, it was very rare. And my headmaster knew Neil Hatley, who he taught Neil Hatley, and he was the head of the academy at London Irish. And by chance, they had a hooker who was meant to be in the academy, and he got an ACL injury, so he's going to be out. And my headmaster said, "Why don't you look at our guy?" And they didn't know, but I had an Irish passport at that stage, so which got me the opportunity to go over there. And it was great. Like I learned a lot. I mean, if you can remember London Irish in 2012, they had some team. Not 2012, 2009. 2010, they had some team like Heineken Cup final the year before I got there, and I learned a lot. Great time. And then after my 2 years there, went back to South Africa and was playing province under 20s and varsity cup, which is, I don't know if you guys have.
So you're still under 20s by the time you got back. So
yeah. Well, under 21s, I think it was. Yeah.
So you went to England quite early.
Yeah. Straight out of school. First year out of school.
How big a culture shock was that?
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember my first sort of few weeks there. I was staying in this room, and it was tiny, and there was like egg paint or eggs splattered on the wall, and because it was
What were you in, like a academy
it was
house?
Academy House,
okay.
which was unbelievable crack.
Yeah.
Like, I stayed with Jonathan Joseph.
So those boys,
so it was
yeah.
all that crew. Like Max Heath was there.
Is Garrity playing at
Garrity,
10? He was a bit older than you, I'd
yeah,
say. Yeah.
He came the year after me, I think.
When he was there, that team flew.
Yeah.
So he was class. Remember that? Shane Garrity?
Shane Garrity,
Blonde
yeah.
hair. And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
In England for a while.
Yeah, so it was good crack, and then went home playing Edgeworth stuff and Varsity Cup, which is unbelievable tournament. Like my University of Stellenbosch, it's like 20,000 people Monday nights.
Shut up.
Place closes down for it. Like,
Class.
yeah, and then randomly, I was playing alright, and randomly I got a call from David Humphreys, saying, "Look, we heard you Irish qualified. Do you want to come over?" And I was kind of happy studying and. Living the
dream down there by all accounts. 20,000 people at
Because
your
if you've been
college
there,
games.
like no, why would you want to leave there?
Yeah, and I didn't really. I initially said no, because Eric Allwood from Connacht, they must have found out at the same time that I was Irish
They were
qualified.
scrambling for you.
Yeah, and then I don't know like that, but
All four provinces.
yeah, they're like
Munster didn't ring, no.
yeah, no Munster.
He blocked them.
But then I said to Humph, I was like, look, can I come on a 6-month trial? I said to both of them, and then so then I could, if it didn't work out, I could go back and study in the following year. And Humph said yes, Connor said no, and
Go away.
that's how I ended up. Yeah,
That's silly.
yeah. And I remember
It's
at the
understandable
time,
though. If it doesn't go well, like it's
Yeah.
a big culture shock, isn't it? A big
Yeah,
move across
yeah.
or up.
and like Humph was like, oh, we got bestie here, and he's getting on in years. And
Oh, did he?
he's got
Jeez,
a
even
couple
back
of years
then.
left, so
Back then they said
Yeah,
that.
so I was like-
You really did hang
I was
on.
like, yeah, okay, cool, come over, give it a shot, and I think he retired maybe like 10 years later.
Yeah, I was just going to say it was pretty
Yeah.
much a decade. Like,
Yeah. So that's how I ended up. Yeah, I came on a 6-month contract and never left.
did you love it straight away, or did you like?
Yeah, no, I
find it
did.
hard to-
I find it a little bit hard, just trying to settle in. And
Yeah.
but once I sort of got my mates, and once you get that first
Rugby-
game, in,
rugby bubble
that's
as well,
what it
like,
is.
isn't it?
The first game, you go have a few beers with the boys, and
You're in then, like you're either accepted or
Yeah,
you're
that's
not.
yeah.
And you're good on the beer as well, so that helps you.
Yeah, thanks,
When it's free.
Snacking on pints.
Oh, fine, a packet of peanuts per pint. This man, loves it.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Obviously, off season.
What's that?
Obviously, off season. You don't. Well, do you squeeze a bit of that?
He needs it. He needs it for a
We
cover.
won't say much about that. Will we?
So there were a few South African guys here at the time. Would that be correct? Were
Yeah.
Miller and Pinar and those boys
Ruan.
about? They plowed the way almost. And
Yeah, Ruan, Johan, Robbie Dyke.
Yeah,
Um,
played with Ireland as well. Didn't he?
yeah, he's
Sounds
I think
it.
got 3 or 4 caps.
Yeah.
He's one of my good mates. He's still here at the moment.
Is he?
Well, he's going back to South Africa
Yeah.
end of this month. But I lived with Robbie when I first arrived, so that was a good way to settle in, being with another Safa, and then over the years, I think maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, I think there was maybe 8 of us here at one stage.
There's a big South African kind of culture here, wasn't there?
Yeah.
For obviously when they start paving the way, like Ruin and all, probably was it.
yeah.
why do you think it works?
I don't know. I think the boys just like it. It's it's a good city to live in, easy to travel. I think that's why a lot of guys come over here, because they look at the season and there's breaks in it, and
Yeah.
they can get away, travel, and
You've seen it down in Munster as well. It's like we had 1 or 2 South Africans, and then we ended up getting a bigger group of them.
yeah,
And then they had their own mini little, I don't know, hub of like our community, and this
suppose
it works.
we probably used to come cheap as well.
Yeah.
With the pound in their
Great
hand, so-
signings. Yeah.
So I think there's been some great South Africans over the years, and obviously got a few more now who are making big impacts on the club. So
Did the people welcome you here?
yeah, definitely. I remember my first preseason game. It was I couldn't believe the support that we have here, and guys were like, just wait till the first actual game, and you'll see the real. Back then, the revenue overall they called it to it, and it was brilliant. Like I think the supporters are, if you put it all out there on the pitch, they're going to back you. So I think maybe that's what a lot of South Africans do. They play hard and give it all for the jersey. So that's what the fans want to
Especially
see.
in Ireland and club scene and the national team, like if you're putting in effort, like that's what CJ especially like endeared him to our Munster fans, was just great player, but worked unbelievably hard every game, and then just became this cult hero down there for.
There's a man who never took out his wallet.
Yeah. See,
Really?
there's a trend here.
Yeah.
These guys.
I get banded in that.
I wonder
sort
what
of
they were sold
bracket,
whenever,
which isn't true.
when you were approached down in South Africa, like what the sell was, like obviously something to do with. You wouldn't have to put the hand in the pocket too much.
Do you boys have to work a little bit harder? Did you have to work a little bit harder to get accepted, do you think? Certainly when it came to Ireland.
I don't think so. I think I probably always had a bit of a chip on my shoulder, coming over here sort of with a point to prove. Do you mean like as in the Irish squads and stuff like that?
Well, I'm thinking more
The outside.
probably the outside, the noise where people will go, oh, he's not from here, he shouldn't be playing for Ireland.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of that, and there still is a bit of
there
that.
definitely was. And I think it probably got to a point when I first started, I don't know if there was as much noise because there weren't too many of us. Like I suppose there was CJ,
Yeah, who was there? When you were
myself,
Rob.
Robbie Dyke, obviously.
Yeah,
Richard Strauss played.
played a good few.
Yeah,
good
I think
few
it probably
caps,
started a little bit when do you remember that year when Benty came in?
Yeah, when
And he sort of
you're right, yeah,
he
there was-
played for Ireland before he played for Leinster.
Yeah, I think he got a few caps after that, but he came off he travelled over late in the week and ended up being in a squad that weekend. And people on the outside, like within the group, I don't think there was ever any of that, but you hear noises on the outside of like, why is he getting a chance ahead of? We were talking about before. It's not. There's a little bit of it still around, I think, in the public perception, but like
I think so.
squads,
But certainly, like in the group, like I've never ever felt anything like that. You know, I've always just been welcomed, and I think if you're in there with the boys and you commit into what the guys are trying to do and buying into it, like I think that's all anyone ever wants in a squad. Like,
you don't like if you're putting in the effort, like you like up sticks and left your home country to come here and make a go at it, and that's what we talked about before when this issue came up. But like lads who've done it, like it never happened to me until Jemison came over, and it's easy to be like, okay, my position now or whatever, but like he's a great fella, he's putting it, like he's totally committed, and then he's like brought his whole family across the world to do this, so you're kind of like, I'd love to hate you, but I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I don't think there was ever any issue in squads.
Yeah. Do you remember when Faz first came in and we did that whole that session in Carden House? Where it was like sort of like an open truth and stuff like that, and guys really opened up, and I think
that was really
Quinn Rue probably spoke about it a bit.
Yeah.
He felt that kind of pressure, and but I think that probably broke down a bit. If there was a stigma, I don't think there was in the squad, but I think guys sort of opening up about it.
Yeah, if
really.
there's something that's outside, but everyone's aware of it. It's not a thing in the group, but it's probably worth talking about. And Faz is good. Remember Quinn that time? It was a big room in Carton House. You remember? And we were all in little mini groups, like 6 or 7 at a table, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then the fella leading it, I forget his name, he was like, who's going to sing a song or tell a joke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And like you can see everyone all like going, oh no, not me. And I remember Quinn that night, who I wouldn't have thought that he just like popped up, stood in a chair, and did he sing, or he was prepared to sing, and your man was like, you don't need to do it, but fair play to you for having. It was one of those evenings where everyone was like open and vulnerable.
Yeah, that was good though.
Is Andy a great guy to get everybody together and make it us against the rest of the world?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's just good at. I've always said this, like
Faz against the world.
Yeah,
he doesn't make. Razzie seems to be.
Yeah,
just his mind games are brilliant, but I think Faz is more.
Faz is more
inspire.
About like inspiring. He kind of brought that thing in about sort of inspiring the younger players in the country, and the guy who wants to be that international in 10 years time or whatever. And I thought he was just really big on boys being themselves and not trying to like change to fit a mold or anything like that. Like how many characters does he bring in, and just embrace that side of it, like group of misfits almost. So,
that's I think Mac last weekend was so good. Even not just for playing, but to have him in the group. Yeah, like he just adds a serious
character.
But Andy's. I think the inspiration thing was really good that he brought in. He put a picture of like a young kid in the crowd in the Aviva, and he was like, "That's he had a name for him."
Johnny? No, wasn't it?
Johnny or Harry or something. I don't know if it was his real name, or like we're going to inspire Johnny. Now this is his first time seeing you like this weekend, and the next weekend there'll be another young Johnny who's first time in the stadium, and he made it out to go out and try and inspire rather than being like, everyone hates us, we need to go and kill this other team.
You've had so many caps for Ulster and so many years behind you now. It must be tough, I suppose, for you to still hear things that are new maybe and get motivated, or does that kind of come from within you?
A little bit from within, yeah. Like I said, I'm still very competitive and a little bit stubborn at times, and I had to be sitting behind Bestie for so long, and but
You wanted to hang around, hang around and beat his record. That's what
Yeah.
you want to do. You told me
The
that.
general manager, as we
I know.
Your boss now, which is
Yeah, I got to be careful. But I think it's kind of, you go through phases within a squad, and things have changed. I thought I've really been motivated this year. You sort of having the summer off and having a full preseason, and I think what Richie is trying to build, and the coaching staff he's brought in, and it's kind of was a bit of a changing of the guard last year. We lost a lot of experience, but there's a new feel to the team now, and it definitely it feels new to me, and that's real motivating. Like, I think you can see in the way we play, and obviously last year wasn't a good year for us. Like, that was clear. We were still on the table, and it feels different this year, and for myself as well, that motivation, that fire to play. Right, I've been here long, never won anything with Ulster, and that sort of fire inside me is still there. So just trying to do my part to bring the squad back to where it should be.
And you've had to earn it the whole way. It's not as if you came in. You didn't come in like some of the players who just
golden boy,
push someone out of the way.
Yeah.
You had to be patient. You had to wait a long time. That was a really good Ulster team you came into at the start.
Yeah,
kicking around European Cups.
And in many ways, I benefited from that, like learning from, being able to scrum with John Afoe when I first came, and to learn from, guys like Bestie and his leadership, and the boys always joke.
Why did you laugh? Why did you laugh at the end of that sentence? Very interesting.
No, I'm laughing because the boys would say, Bestie, probably, all those years where he was there, it's probably extended my career. Like only getting sort of 20 minutes off the bench or whatever like that, and that's probably why I've been able to play.
Lots of caps, very few minutes.
Yeah. McCluskey always goes on.
That's what you want, isn't it, for a long career?
Yeah.
You have a lot more caps for Ulster than Bestie, though, don't you?
Yeah, but he's got 130 odd international, so
not as many as him for Ireland.
He's 124 international.
You know exactly, don't you?
Yes.
Connor knows exactly.
Very important. Yeah. That's the only one that mattered to beat him.
That's what you were going for the whole time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why I was. Yeah, just before you were kicked out. There.
It must have been an odd rivalry, though, like with Ireland's favourite son, the captain.
Yeah, but
in your shirt.
Do you ever? Yeah. It strikes me you've always had a great, good relationship.
Yeah, we did. We had a really good relationship, and we still do. It was healthy competition. I remember, I was getting frustrated with that at a point, and then Jono Gibbs, when he was our coach, he probably changed my mindset on it a lot, in terms of, he was like, look, selection, it is what it is. Especially particularly with Ireland, when you got the captain ahead of you, and he said, you got to come in, and the way you prepare, the way you put yourself forward each day, and knowing that you're doing as much as you can, take the opportunities you can, and I think that kind of really flipped my mindset, and from being in a frustrated position to look, it is what it is. What can I do to put myself in the best position when chances come, I take them. So
it's coaches see all that, don't they?
Yeah.
You're just body language wise. Andy, I remember he dropped someone for a game in Ireland, and the fella ahead of him was always going to play, but that guy realized himself, he was walking around body language was terrible. He was kind of sulking, and he don't think he picked him that many times after, or else had a proper word with him. It was I can see all of this. So I know that happened to me towards the end as well with Jamison playing. You just have to flick it a different way, don't you?
Yeah.
I might get 20 minutes, but I'm going to have a class 20 minutes or enjoy the whole week, because I'm ready for that, rather than be starting that. This is,
and I actually remember
more mature about it, I think.
Yeah, I remember the moment that stands out was probably Pete. Do you remember? It must have been Faz's Six Nations when he picked Kalen and dropped Pete. And
last year?
No, a couple years ago. Faz first came in.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And I just remember the way Pete reacted to that, and he went straight up to Kalen and was like, "What do you need from me to be at your best this weekend?" And I think that really sort of set a standard within the Irish squad about how to deal with, not being selected. Guys been like a real squad effort, and it's like it's not about you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that moment stands out for me. And
You see someone like that doing it, like,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, what do I have to complain about?
yeah.
Are those ideas and things that you can bring back to Ulster and you have brought back? Because presumably you're a very different role with both club and country.
Yeah, I think we've, the way position, Murray used to be a bad position header.
That's so untrue.
Yeah.
That's obviously hating people in your own position. No.
Position.
Never.
Until that culture changed.
Hand on heart now, from my experience in my career, it's front rows genuinely. Maybe not hookers, but definitely the props either side there, notorious position headers.
Yeah, you used to
Position
bring,
header.
you used to bring it up a lot.
It's a new word, yeah.
So, and I think that's where the culture of that really changed in Ireland when Faz came in, where, it's more of a collaborative effort. So like I said, selection is what it is. Like it's about the team. How can you get the team playing the best? It's not about you.
Yeah.
And that's definitely something we try to bring back to. I'm sure you have you would have at the provinces. Like it's more about a unit.
Because I remember Mondays with Faz, like you go in your mini units.
Yeah.
We would go in as 9s and 10s, but you have to be so open with each other that you can't. Not that lads would be guarded or hiding what they're thinking, but like
But that might have been
if there
the case
was something like that
6 or 7 years ago.
Faz obliterated. He was like, Monday morning, right, halfbacks, front rows, or whatever. Like, what are you thinking? How are we going to win it the weekend? And that just gets rid of the.
But it was like that before.
I don't know. It's hard to say that, but if there was a,
It was fine for you because you were the main event.
Yeah. I don't think players sort of back in that time. I don't think players would have been that open with helping each other out.
he just evolved it. He just made it a better place, I think.
Yeah. But
I've heard footballers, actually, some of the England footballers, that golden generation, say they weren't friendly enough to each other at the time, and that hurt them. So you think Ireland have got it right at the minute? I suppose they can't afford to. There's so few rugby players compared to some of the likes of England.
Yeah. I heard it. Was that Scholes or?
I think it was Scholesy and those guys, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't really mingle that well. Or,
and Stephen Gerrard and Rooney, they didn't.
These guys, they
didn't mingle.
Yeah.
Which ultimately hurt the team. They all hung around with their club players.
Yeah.
You boys wouldn't do that, Ulster Munster, would you? You all mingled nicely with Ireland.
Do you know what we did?
Yeah.
I don't know what my memory at the start was. No, but like I came in when Bestie was there and started being friendly with him from the off, and all the stories I would have heard, everyone heard about. Remember the Rob Kearney meeting in Maynooth they had before, where he was like the Munster, because Munster were winning European Cups, and Rob was like, you care more about Munster than Ireland or something. Some famous interview or not our meeting, and I'd never experienced that. So maybe before our time, but my time in Ireland,
I remember
very openly cross provincial.
Yeah, when I first came in, like it was like all these sort of superstars, and I was bricking it coming in. Like didn't know anyone, and
it's hard to come in, isn't it?
Golden boy over here. It was like and then actually I remember you might not remember this, but like one of the first camps
I definitely said hello to you.
Yeah. Well, we went for like a swim somewhere.
Did you order something from? Yeah, I'll have another piece.
You're a snack boy. You're snacking again.
Yeah, I thought I was a waiter. No, but I remember
huge South African waiter.
we went swimming somewhere, and you offered me a lift, and just straight away, and I was like, I didn't know if it was true, but I thought this guy's pretty sound, like And
what had you heard before? what we expected?
Yeah. And I think once you sort of break down those barriers, like everyone's just good lads, just trying to, like if you go into camp and you sit in your room all day and you don't try socialize with boys, like you're not going to enjoy it. Like
you have to open up a bit. You have to, it can
enough,
be easy to go to your room and even be like, I'm wrecked or whatever. But
and I actually ended up probably sort of in the last few years of my career, I actually ended up probably hanging out with you
with us,
boys.
Us and
we'd always go for coffees and
go for dinners, and you'd stay down the odd Wednesday and go for dinner. And there's because the Leinster boys would go home obviously because they live quite close, and we'd always stay up on a Wednesday, make it a thing, make it a dinner club cruise, and all.
Always good times.
Sad they're over now.
Are the Leinster boys a wee bit different, are they?
No,
Be generous.
Do you know what? They kind of had to go home because they'd have wives and kids and partners that like 20 minutes away.
They can't play the old.
We probably, we could be like the back. That's a long journey up and down. So
Finley Beelum as a back spell.
Yeah. Finley, Bundy, Pete. Yeah.
There's wives listening here, lads. Possibly not.
Oh, beat
But
that
it
one
was,
up.
yeah. But I actually genuinely, for Pete's defense, I can't comment on others, but he would be lynched from driving down that road, like up and down, and then you'd have to train the next day. So eventually, I think the physios wrote him a note or something to go home to the wife to Jessica. But no, they were great times, those Wednesday dinner clubs.
So the bond's important, but it's not the traditional. That's all going of a pile of beers. There's more to it than that.
There's a bit of that, isn't there?
Do tell.
Yeah, I was talking to Peter about this. It doesn't go away, that old school traditional way of like getting a group of people together quickly and bonding, and that the best way sometimes is pints.
I think we were probably fortunate with the way the RFU is set up, that we always have that sort of week, that training week before the test match week, and generally what would be in Portugal or something like that, and there would always be a night with food and beers, and I think that's
It's just, especially because you're away from each other, like with your provinces for quite long periods, and probably have played each other, or going into Six Nations, you would have had the Christmas Interpro. So having just like, it's not that you need to like build relationships again, but like come back together properly, and the excitement in Portugal, and like you do a hard training week, and then there's like on the itinerary would be meet at 5 in the team room for beers, and then we'd all meet up,
boys always there,
and there'd be some sort of like table tennis drinking game, and then we're out for the and then you freshen up over the weekend, and then you go into a test week, and the crack is unreal, because you're talking about stories from the night out, and there's no beating the traditional way, I don't think.
How did you find the Interpros? Did you play against each other much?
I was saying, we were saying it's not many times he's been up here, is it?
All the big names don't come to
I'm
Belfast.
afraid to be here.
Yeah,
I'm glad there's no one in the stands. I was abused a couple of times, I feel, but in good nature. I loved it. I actually did love coming here. It actually is.
They boo me because they love me.
It's a
podcast.
There was big John Cooney fans obviously here, so they were letting me know what they thought, which is good. Yeah, I genuinely love coming here as an environment. Like, it was hostile, but there was no nastiness. It was just kind of a bit of crack.
It's always a big game for the Ulster contingent when Munster came.
Yeah, I mean, like the Interpros are different, aren't they? It's just, there's that bit of, which is funny because we all, with the period with Ireland, like we all became such good mates, like off the pitch, but then you're lining each other up, and it's probably people, like stuff being said during the week, like you got to get this guy or whatever, and trying to build that hate up, like,
Possession haters come out.
Yeah. It's hard to build a hate up. It's Pete again was saying the other day, like the better you know someone, like from camp, whatever, the more you know them, and then it makes it you become more motivated to beat them when you do see them. Like I remember playing Johnny, for me, Munster Leinster, I was always mad to get a shot on him or do something to like in attack to beat him or trick him, or just I don't know. It's a different
kind of motivation.
Yeah, it's not like I don't know this fella, but like, he seems like this type of person. It's like when you know them really well, it's like I have to beat them.
And like, because of the time of the year it is, people are playing to be in that Six Nations squad, and those are the games that I'm sure the coaches are looking at, like comparing boys against each other. So
they're trials, aren't they? Many trials, really.
Yeah.
And I love them, because especially the Christmas ones, like the buzz around the Christmas games up here, I'm sure is no different. Was because for us as well, it'll be the same for you. Like your friends come home, if they're working abroad, they're home in Limerick or they're home in Belfast for Christmas, and they're all going to be at the game, and they tend to be the sold out games.
You're always looking when the schedule gets announced. You're looking, is it going to be a home one for Christmas?
Yeah, or it'll be down the road.
No one wants the 5-hour trip on Boxing Day morning.
Yeah,
well, that's
which we have this year.
That's the side of it, people.
Connacht,
Oh wow,
oh lovely.
Yeah.
So Christmas Day for you is looking different then?
Well, I think
he'll still be stacking. Don't worry.
Don't worry about that.
Pigs and blankets.
Carb loading.
Yeah, no, I think we're on the 27th, so it's not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because people don't see that side of life as a professional rugby player. They think you just rock up and play the match, but they don't see those weeks away and matches away and missing friends and family.
Yeah. I mean, I've probably had a bit of that throughout my career. Like, I've missed my best mate's wedding, and because it was during the autumn internationals, and all of the birthdays, and like Christmases at home. Like it's definitely a sacrifice to make, but it's a privilege to be able to make a sacrifice like that. Playing professional rugby for a club like this. It is hard sometimes, but when you realize how fortunate you are to be doing this, then it makes it a bit easier.
It's also good sometimes as well when there's certain things that you're invited to you don't want to go to. You can use the rugby card, so enjoy it while you can. I'm retired now and I have to go to all of these things that you
not this,
potentially would no
not this new program that he loves being part of.
I feel like a shot. So enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
Because they're like, it's on next Saturday, and I'm like, I actually have nothing on. I can't get out.
Well, you had to bide your time, Rob, but you had big moments with Ireland. What are the ones that jump out? Big moments with Ulster as well, but Ireland first.
Yeah, there's been some great moments with Ireland over the years. I think the New Zealand tour stands out.
Your try.
Yeah, winning that tour. Yeah,
that was, in fairness, that was class.
The master of them all try.
Yeah. Because we won the second game, and it was our first time winning over there, and like everyone was obviously delighted, but there was that little bit of like, we need to win.
So you scored in the third game, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it Wellington?
Yeah, Wellington.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and the crack after that was unbelievable, wasn't it? I remember being in the change room and there was beer flowing around, and the boys were shaking.
It wasn't disbelief.
Yeah.
From my recollection, it was like, oh my god, that was just, when you think back now that I'm out of it, like that's going to be so hard to do.
Yeah,
like just and be lucky.
Well, there won't be
to be
three again. They're not going to do.
Yeah,
three.
exactly. Yeah, so that which is a shame.
Pete keeps talking about we're going to have a 10-year reunion for that. So
no better man to organise it.
Another
Rob
good.
will still be playing.
See if you have the weekend back.
We'll see. Yeah. Another moment. Because I was involved in quite a few Six Nations where I didn't play. Two of them Ireland won, and I didn't get to play. So the 2023 Grand Slam was obviously a big
another
moment.
Try.
Yeah, another try. I scored it. Then
should have passed it too.
Yeah. So what did we?
Incredibly selfish.
It was like 5 minutes left in the game.
2v1, and you did get over because you're quite strong, but you risked risked losing the Grand Slam.
Some would say it was a game-sealing try. And all I see on the photo,
it was, and I wanted.
All
to
I
score.
see on the photo is like I'm reaching out scoring, and Connor's in the back. We're like,
I'm like that. I'm like, you
give me the ball,
and then I had to pretend
to enjoy it with me.
I pretend to enjoy the Grand Slam.
Yeah,
it was rude by you, but it was winning a trophy at home.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Wasn't
we spoke about it. That was the first
time
time
been down at home before.
If we were ever lucky enough to win the Six Nations, it was away, and it was brilliant. But like, the talk was like at home, lads, in the Aviva, full.
Yeah, it was.
Obviously, Grand Slam, England.
And it was a bit of
all lined up perfectly.
It was a bit of a cagey atmosphere in the start, wasn't it? Because we
were terrible.
We were a little bit apprehensive.
Yeah, the way we were playing, it was like balls down and things weren't clicking, so it was real nervy because it meant so much.
Yeah, and after the game, I just remember doing. We go around and we do the clap, and generally, most of the stadium's left at that point, but no one was leaving, and
it was the longest lap of honour I remember. It was a good hour.
Yeah,
right there.
The crowd was singing.
I was to go
to the mix zone.
I think we stayed on air. I think.
Oh, lads, we better hurry up. We just won a Grand Slam, but the lads want to go to the media.
yeah, the media are the important part.
That was how it worked.
Yeah, and then
once in a while we're allowed. I
suppose that the World Cup as well was. I know it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but that was some crack, wasn't it? The whole the atmosphere in the games, our team hotel,
the crack we were having.
It was just
the team hotel. People probably don't know about how good it was.
Yeah,
in
the middle of nowhere.
Tour. Yeah.
I was there. Well, I didn't get the team hotel, but we were staying somewhere else. I don't think it was as nice. But we stayed in Tour, so we went back and forth to the games, and we kind of followed you boys about.
But we had a Vinny.
Was it up on top of a hill?
Yeah, up top of a hill, and we had like bicycles. We could cycle into the town and get food and all that. But we had a marquee with like a TrackMan golf setup, table tennis, pool table, coffee bar, and like unbelievable setup for us. And it was it single rooms? So like you weren't. Some of them were, some of them weren't. So you weren't.
He might have been in a single.
Yeah,
room,
single. Sorry.
Yeah, Rob was sharing.
Yeah,
you know how
I'll share him with Henry.
You know how it works. I don't make the rules. But you wouldn't be in your room that much, so you'd have to be down in the not you'd have to be, but it just people socialised. But we did. Do you remember there was an elderly people's home shared with us?
Yeah.
So by the end of it, we were like friendly with all these like people in retirement villages, and they like when we were leaving. Yeah. So we did an unreal setup. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, like that. Even some of the atmospheres in those games, it was just unbelievable. They must like
zombie at the end, man.
Yeah, because I mean, like
turned into
all the stadiums were just packed with Irish supporters, and
We didn't want it to end.
Yeah, that was the saddest. Like, you know, obviously not going on to the next stage, and the realization that it was over and we had to leave, and you know, that was such a good time, and a pity it didn't end the way we wanted it to. But
Was South Africa always a different one for you?
a little bit. My second test for Ireland was against Africa, and it was at the Aviva. My mum and dad were over, and it was a little strange. You know, you're lining up in the anthems and you hear this African anthem, but you know, I always say this, like, being in Ireland and like this, it's given me so much in my career on and off the pitch, and I've always been incredibly proud to represent the country. And you know, once you're in the squad, it didn't really, like, yes, we were playing against Africa, that didn't really matter to me at the time. I just wanted to go and play the best I could, and try hope the team win, because I felt a part of the squad at that stage, you know. So it was never really too odd. There was obviously, you know, the odd when you realize you're playing the country you're born in, but you know, it was very much task at hand, and try to do as well as I can with
Did you
the
ever get
boys.
any like chat on the pitch from them
Not really.
when you're
No, I do, but
you left?
you actually get a little bit more in the URC.
Really?
Yeah,
Go away.
just a few Afrikaans slangs
Yeah,
here
yeah.
and there, but nothing I can remember anyway.
Yeah.
The boys always say I don't understand Afrikaans anyway, so so maybe they were. I just didn't understand it.
Yeah. Oblivious to being slated.
But you beat them out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were saying that before.
That was huge.
yeah, that was unreal.
Because that was our first time at home since the World Cup, wasn't it? I know we lost the first test in 24.
Yeah,
That was their first time coming back to South Africa and playing.
yeah,
So
it was
a
their first
big-
game.
Yeah,
Big occasion. I remember Pretoria being
Yeah.
real hostile, wasn't it?
yeah.
It was like
That was we
so
were on the bench for
hostile.
the, we were on the
Yeah,
bench
do you
for
remember
first
the
test.
bench? People throwing beers and
Beers and ice, cubes of ice hitting
Yeah.
us in the back of the head when we
yeah,
sat down. Yeah.
mental.
But
I
it
think
was happened. It was a cool.
yeah,
atmosphere.
it was like to see, you know, the stadiums in South Africa are unreal.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go with the URC, it's a bit of a letdown because they're empty. And
Echoey, aren't they?
yeah, but then when we rocked up for that first test, and there's obviously a bit of a rivalry now, and you know, obviously the media are building it up quite a bit, and a lot of the South African fans probably think, well, a lot of my mates would say, "Oh, the Irish, you guys are arrogant," but that's not
Yeah.
the players. That's the media kind of doing their thing, and
I think it's come through the media a little
yeah,
bit.
and I think
but
the fact that the games have been so close in recent years, so I think
only a good thing. It's only
that's
a
why
good
the
thing.
rivalry's there, and that's why there is a bit of, I wouldn't say beef, but it's always a massive game. It's because of how competitive it's been. And
so
that,
it came from the World Cup as well. A
Yeah.
little bit of that, the narrative about when we beat them in the group stages, that we were all like,
yeah, and there's all that
"Silver
rubbish
final
about,
boys."
yeah,
I just can't think of any Irish player that
No.
would have said that. So
Yeah.
look, I think it built it up to be a good storyline, a good rivalry. But like, I just that one annoyed me. Like, I don't think any Irish player thinks
No.
like or talks like that.
No, and the thing with South Africa, like, rugby's religion over there, and people are real passionate about it, and especially on social media, you know, people will be loud about their opinions, and which is, it's good. Like, you know, people love rugby, but I think sometimes it can be quite hectic. You know, if players were getting private messages and a lot of abuse and stuff like that. But like for the playing side of thing, it's just, you know, it's a great competition, and
Yeah.
like we like when you're in that environment, you want to challenge yourself against the best, and they're the double World Cup champions. So, you know, what a game to
Yeah, this week it's going to be.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
gonna be-
huge. That's what-
I genuinely think it's going to be an unbelievable game, and the circus surrounding it. Like, Razzie will say something, which is
Of course he will.
what we want. Like, we want something
Yeah.
to be stirred.
Yeah.
Just don't know what it'll be.
Yeah, Connor and I'll be back to chat it all through after the game.
Yeah,
Will you be down watching?
Yeah, I think I might be actually. I might be
free ticket coming.
Don't
Is
know
there?
yet, no. Yeah, trying to organise one.
Well, it's from Snacks Ready. We'll catch up with you. Rob
Sorry,
Herring,
Derek.
superstar. That's it for the Iron Rugby Social.
Thank you,
All right.
Rob.
Cheers, lads.
See you all soon.
See you guys.